Shen Yue said something at the Changchun Film Festival that made me look at her movie career completely differently. She's been a leading actress for years. She has the experience, the popularity, and an international audience. So, why would an actress at that level still describe herself as slowly getting into films? Well, this is something I didn't fully understand either. Being successful in television dramas doesn't automatically make an actor established in film. They're two different spaces within the same acting industry. And once you understand that, Shen Yu's smaller movie roles start making a lot more sense. Especially when you discover where one of those roles eventually led. Welcome back to Asian Star Spotlight. Here, we don't just talk about Shen Yu's dramas, pairings, possibilities, and co-stars. We explore the stories, the facts, and the bigger picture behind her journey. Now, let's get into it. The difference between television drama and film is actually quite simple. Shen Yue built most of her fame through television dramas, where one story can unfold across dozens of episodes. Film is another space. A theatrical movie usually has around 2 hours to tell its entire story, and it comes with its own projects, filmmakers, audiences, and professional relationships. So Shen Yue doesn't enter cinema without experience. But she does enter it without the same film history she already has in television drama. And that's exactly how she seems to see it herself. At the 21st China Changchun Film Festival, Shen Yue was asked about her plans and expectations for developing in film. And she described herself as slowly getting into films. Then she explained how she's been doing it. Shen Yue mentioned making cameo appearances in different movie projects and trying different genres. And her film history gives us a pretty good picture of what that looks like. Take the Yin-Yang Master for example. Shen Yue appeared as Kagura in a fantasy film led by established names including Chen Kun and Zhou Zhen. For audiences who mainly knew Shen Yue through modern youth and romantic dramas, this placed her in a completely different cinematic world. Then there was 1 Week Friends, where Shen Yue played Song Xiaonan as part of the central young cast alongside Zhao Jinmai and Lin Yi. And this is important because Shen Yu's movie career hasn't consisted entirely of cameos. She has already experienced having a more substantial place inside a film. But she has also been willing to go much smaller. In Almost Love, for example, Shen Yue appeared briefly as a rental agent. And that's the kind of appearance that can confuse fans. Why take such a small part when you're already capable of carrying an entire television drama? Because screen time isn't the only thing Shen Yue can gain from a film. And the Yin-Yang Master gives us a really good example. In 2022, Shen Yue was selected for China Movie Channel's Stars and Oceans Young Actors program. For international fans unfamiliar with it, the simple explanation is that Stars and Oceans is a film-focused initiative associated with China Movie Channel that highlights and cultivates younger actors. Shen Yue entered with the Yin-Yang Master as her representative film work. But look at who recommended her. Li Weiran, the director of the Yin-Yang Master. He had already worked with Shen Yue inside an actual film production. He had seen her work within that environment. And later, he was willing to recommend her as a young actor through a film-focused program. So that movie gave Shen Yue something you can't measure simply by counting her minutes on screen. A professional relationship inside film that eventually opened another door. And that brings us back to something else Shen Yue said at Changchun. She said she hopes that through these performances, she can leave everyone with a good impression of her film work. And that tells us what she's trying to build. Shen Yue doesn't need these movies to make people recognize her face. Television dramas already did that. What she doesn't have yet is that one film performance audiences immediately associate with her. Think about Shen Yue right now. For many international fans, the first acting memories that come to mind will probably be A Love So Beautiful, Meteor Garden, maybe Mr. Bad, or perhaps Smile Code. Those memories were built through television drama. Her defining film memory hasn't happened yet. And this also connects to something Shen Yue has wanted for years. Earlier in her career, she acknowledged receiving many idol drama-type roles and talked about wanting to challenge herself with characters that had more contrast. That's one of the interesting consequences of becoming famous through a very recognizable screen image. The roles that make audiences love you can also become the roles they expect from you. And you can't show people another side of yourself until someone gives you somewhere to show it. Different films and different genres give Shen Yue more places to do exactly that. A fantasy project can show one side. A youth film can show another. A cameo can put her in a production she otherwise wouldn't have experienced. And none of those roles individually has to redefine her entire career. They can simply add another piece. And I think this is where fans can sometimes judge a role by the wrong measurement. We naturally look at the hierarchy, like lead role, supporting role, guest appearance, and cameo. So if someone can lead a television drama but takes a cameo in a movie, it can look like a step down. But Shen Yue isn't moving downward on the same ladder. She's building experience in another part of the industry. Her television experience comes with her. Her popularity and her audience comes with her. But her history inside film still has to be built through films. And the Yin-Yang Master has already shown us one way that can happen. A project gave her experience in a different genre. It connected her with a film director. That director later recommended her through Stars and Oceans. And that's something we would completely miss if we judge the value of that project only by asking how much screen time Shen Yue received. But there's still one part of her Changchun answer we haven't gotten to. Because Shen Yue didn't stop at saying she was slowly entering film. She didn't stop at the cameos. She didn't stop at trying different genres. And she didn't stop at wanting audiences to form a good impression of her film performances. She also told us where she hopes all of this eventually leads. Shen Yue said she wants to slowly open up her film path. And now those smaller roles make much more sense. She isn't taking them because her television career has somehow become smaller. She's using them while building a film career that hasn't reached the same stage as her television career yet. The experience, the fame, and the audience carries over. But the film history still has to be built. And eventually, all of that needs somewhere to go. Not simply to Shen Yue getting a movie lead because she's already famous, but to the movie performance that makes audiences see something in Shen Yue they hadn't seen before. The kind of performance where people stop saying, Shen Yue from Meteor Garden is in this movie, and start saying, you need to see Shen Yue in this. That's the film breakthrough worth watching for. Because getting a leading role and creating a defining performance are two different achievements. And Shen Yue's own answer suggests that she understands the value of building toward that moment, rather than treating every smaller appearance as something beneath the career she already has. So, perhaps the most interesting thing to watch now isn't simply whether Shen Yue's next film role is bigger. Watch the genre, watch the character, watch the filmmaker, and watch whether each project gives her an opportunity to show audiences something they haven't associated with Shen Yue before. Because if that happens enough times, eventually she won't need her television drama career to explain why she belongs in film. Her film work will explain it for her. And that's the part of this journey I find most exciting. Shen Yue is already established. She isn't starting again from zero. She's simply entering another part of acting where there is still room for audiences to discover what kind of performer she can become. And those cameos that once looked surprisingly small, perhaps we were looking at the wrong thing. Instead of asking how big the roles are, we should be watching where they take her. So I want to leave you with one question. If Shen Yue were offered the film role that finally gave her the chance to show audiences a completely new side of herself, what kind of character would you want her to play? Something darker? A psychological drama? A historical character? A complicated family story? A villain? Or something completely outside anything we've seen from her before? Tell me in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deeper look at Shen Yue's career, subscribe to Asian Style Spotlight. and turn on your notification bell to watch our latest update first. Take care, Star Mooncakes, and I'll definitely see you in the next one.